I think it's recording now. So everyone, welcome to the first ever Daily Dish kind of podcast little thing. I don't know if this is going to be on Spotify or anything like that, but if everyone cannot see us and just listening in, then welcome. So today is Wednesday, at least one day before the NFL draft of 2021. So we'll be able to just do a draft simulation mock draft of that. Also, your face is stuck like that, and it's hilarious. He might have technical issues. You there still? He might not still be there. I'm gonna chat with him. Say, are you good? Oh, there you are. That was weird. So yeah, like I was saying, this is the first ever episode of it, which is pretty nice. Day before the draft. Let's get into it. So we're gonna do a simulation of obviously the first rounds only. Then maybe if you guys really want different rounds, then we can. But just for Thursday, we're gonna do round one still. So you want to kick it off with Jacksonville at number one?
Yeah. So I have Trevor Lawrence, of course. I mean, there's no one else that would go there.
Yeah.
Usually the destined number one pick is always um, that person. It never usually changes. So
All right. So yeah, I had Trevor Lawrence too. No brainer right there. You got to have him on your roster when you're the Jacksonville Jaguars. They haven't had a quarterback in a little while, so that does make sense for me to put him at that. So your New York Jets are at number two. What do you pick?
I got Zach Wilson. Again, Zach Wilson's the only person I would put at number two. Maybe if Mac Jones had a better career, I'd put him at number two. But he didn't really have too much of a promising, even though he was the quarterback of Alabama, he didn't really have too much of a promising thing. I mean, he was the backup for someone for a while, I believe. I'm not too sure about that, but that might be the reason why he's, um, you know, not as high ranked as Zach Wilson.
I put Zach Wilson too. I was gonna say Mac Jones, but I got that for Cincinnati, for the San Francisco 49ers. Zach Wilson, really good quarterback, fast, kind of like a little Russell Wilson looking at action. But I do think that he has promise for the New York Jets. They traded away their quarterback, so you gotta have a quarterback. That's just a no-brainer right there, I guess. So there you go. So we have number three at 49ers.
Mac Jones. I mean, he's definitely the third best quarterback, and past that, it's not even close. Um, if you were to put Trevor Lawrence against Mac Jones, I could see Mac Jones winning in the future.
49ers, again, Mac Jones, like I was saying, from quarterback from Alabama. Pretty good quarterback. Yet again, he had some bumps and bruises with the season, and for that, I put him at number three instead of number two. But he's still a good quarterback, and I do think that he's good for that. So put in number three. So Atlanta Falcons number four.
I have Kyle Pitts with a steal coming in at Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts is one of those players that is revolutionary. Kyle Pitts is that one person that can change a team in a season. I feel like Kyle Pitts coming at number four is generous. Um, Even though the people before them needed a quarterback, I think that Kyle Pitts was is actually the most insane player in the draft, if not the most insane player in the draft.
So I want to say that yes, he is a really insane player. I do apologize for not putting him in my first round. Yeah.
How do you
Uh,
not have Kyle Pitts in your
there
first round?
is there's other players that people need more than a tight end.
You can't you
Matt
can't pass up
Ryan,
on Kyle Pitts. And first of all, Matt Ryan's just fine where he is. He's not
no,
going anywhere for
I
about
put I
two
put a
years.
Trey Lance at number 4
You're
from
weird.
North Dakota State. Uh, that's definitely got to be it. Matt Ryan could be a backup, but I don't think he's the starter. They've gone down since the Super Bowl that they lost. Everyone knows that. And they've been on a plummeting spree, and they need to get new players. And I think starting over at quarterback would get them there. I don't say that Kyle Pitts isn't a really amazing player. He is definitely one of them. Maybe instead of having a wide receiver at different spots, like I can say, like Jamar Chase, get rid of him and then put him in there. But for right now, I don't really have him at it. So number 5 at Cincinnati.
Yeah, you're just bad at this. Cincinnati, I have them taking Penei Sewell. I don't see them taking anything but a tackle here, whether that's Rashawn Slater or Penei Sewell. I think Penei Sewell is definitely going to be the first offensive tackle that goes in the draft. Um, someone could be dumb and put Rashawn Slater there, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Penei Sewell is a big guy, 6'5", 325. He's pretty big. Um, and he's also just an insane protector for a quarterback in the pocket, and that's exactly what Joe Burrow needs. We didn't see much of him this season. We didn't see much promise this season, so that's why I'm putting him at 5 to protect
So yeah,
Joe Burrow.
so definitely, I think second round they're gonna go Lyman. They gotta up that receiver core with Jamar Chase, amazing player, LSU. Um, they're going back to back. LSU, they played with each other in LSU, so it's kind of like a Odell and Landry scenario, but it's not in the sense of it because obviously Joe Burrow is a quarterback and he is a wide receiver. But I do think that they'll go back to their ways and win something in there too, because they won a championship with each other. So I do think that they can do it in the next level. So number 6, the Miami Dolphins.
Before you grab position players, you have to grab a line. You have to build a line before you even think of grabbing wide receivers.
Yeah, they can do it in second.
No, there
They're
you
all
you
the good
can't
receivers.
you can't grab a game changing offensive tackle second round.
Well,
Jamar Chase Jamar Chase
but they're
is
all gonna
is
go.
good. He is really good, but I think that there are so much more wide receivers that can be picked second round than the first round that you actually need your positions.
There's a lot of players that could go like Devontae Smith and like and Jamar Chase in the 5th. There's definitely some players. Like I'm not saying that you can get a wide receiver second and third, like Giants and different teams have wide receivers that have gone really well. But I just think that number 5 Jamar Chase is pretty good.
He doesn't need to go there. I think that they need enough to tackle before they go out and grab wide receivers. Miami Dolphins. I have Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase needs to be in an area where he can learn from some older wide receivers. That's the perfect area where he can learn. Will Fuller isn't that old, but I think that he can definitely learn from Will Fuller. Will Fuller was behind DeAndre Hopkins forever, um, and I think that he could definitely learn some things from Will Fuller, and he come out to be a top 10 wide receiver in the next 5 years.
So before you grab a playmaker, you gotta have a lane. No, I'm not going with that theory because Devontae Smith from Alabama is a good wide receiver. I wanted him for the New York Giants, but I think he's going to go to Miami Dolphins instead because
That early?
Jamar Chase is taken already. So I went with the second.
No clue why you got him that early for that.
What do you mean? I needed another wide receiver because I already got Jamar Chase there.
He doesn't deserve to be the second ranked wide receiver.
Well, he is.
He is a Heisman Trophy winner, I think. But
Yes.
still, he's not that caliber yet.
Well, that's why he's going to
in
Miami.
my opinion,
sorry, Miami fans.
Not NFL ready. 7, Detroit Lions. I have Jalen Waddle going to the Lions. The Lions lost almost all of their wide receiver core. Jared Goff is going to be a wild goose running for death. Since he's going to have horrible wide receivers, so I think that they're going to go Jalen Waddle here. Jalen Waddle is Devonta Smith's more NFL ready teammate. I feel, even though he is a good wide receiver, I just think that Jalen Waddle is going to go before him.
Penny Sewell is my pick for a lineman. Hey, he's up there. He's up there now. I do think he's a really good lineman, and they definitely need to get some more linemen on the roster. Yes, they need to get some wide receivers because Kennedy Golladay left. Golden Tate didn't left there a while ago, so I shouldn't really say that. But I do think that they should do their line a little bit. But yes, get a wide receiver first or second.
The next team is a team that needs protection. The Lions they need protection, but not as much as the Panthers.
That's why.
Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle. Carolina Panthers. It's the pick that makes the most sense. And I swear, if you put some dumbass answer here, I'm going to leave.
This might be a quick one because I have Caleb Farley, a cornerback. Yeah. They don't have any more cornerbacks because most of their cornerbacks have gone from free agent. So I do think that Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech needs to do it.
Third best cornerback, by the way. I just want you to know that you picked literally.
I think he's got the stuff. Like, I think he's got the stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Going 8th, yeah.
Yeah, man. He's
9th, the Denver Broncos. I swear, if you put a quarterback,
no,
Micah Parsons.
Did you see the yeah? I sent you the trade, and you said it was already at like 2 p.m. or something like that. Yeah. Like they already have it, so why would I pick a quarterback? They're gonna have a quarterback competition.
I don't know. Your whole system is
Drew Lock. I pray for the best, man, because you're gonna be going up against Teddy Bridgewater. Micah Parsons. And also is it only the 6th round pick that they got?
Yeah.
For Teddy, that's ridiculous. I think he could have got like a 4th or a 5th out of him, or a 4th and a 7th, because Teddy Bridgewater is a really good quarterback.
There's thinking for you.
Like, I would have gone like a 4th and a 7th for him, at least a 4th and a 7th, because he took that team on its back when they got rid of Cam Newton. So I do think that he deserves a little more than that. So the Broncos got a steal for a 6th round pick. You got to be kidding me. All right, go with your Denver Broncos pick.
Micah Parsons, linebacker. I think that the Denver Broncos need a lot of help on offense, but that can definitely be addressed.
On the 2nd and 3rd round.
Second and 3rd rounds. Denver Broncos do need defensive help, even though they do have, some pretty good defensive backs, but they need some better defensive
backs,
linemen, and also, a nice linebacker core.
I put Rashawn Slater for a lineman for there. yes, they need some defensive help, but I do think that they need some offensive help too. I picked first for defense, for offense, and I do think that they're going to go defense for an edge or a linebacker for the second round pick. But we're not doing second round picks, so I went with the lineman that makes the best sense. He's a really good lineman, and I do think that he'll do good at the Broncos. All right, so Dallas Cowboys.
For the Cowboys, I have the best cornerback according to the draft stock and just his
The draft
plays.
stock. Oh yeah, where's my
Um,
phone?
is Patrick Surtain. He is probably
Oh
the best
yeah, he is
cornerback
good.
I've ever seen, draft wise. No clue why you put stupid ass Caleb Farley at
Oh,
what was
bro,
it,
this is gonna be
7?
podcasted around the
You put it
world.
at 7? What'd you do? Put him at 7?
No, I put him at 5th or
He's
4th.
at 22nd for me.
Damn,
I just want you to know that.
damn. I do too have a cornerback for you. Not the one that you want.
You are literally the worst at this.
JC Horn out of South Carolina. I think he's a really good one. Patrick Surtain. I do apologize for putting you so low, but I guess I didn't have as much stuff on you as possible. I put JC Horn as 10th for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, so the Giants. This one's gonna be
edge.
an edge.
Jalen Phillips, edge.
All right. I put Jalen Waddle at wide receiver at Alabama. I've seen a lot of different stuff about, are we going to get a wide receiver? Are we going to get an edge? But apparently we're seeing a little bit more in the wide receiver because Darius Slayton, he's going to be trying his best for, I think, the third season now or the second season. And then Kenny Golladay now being the number one. Now Jalen Waddle coming to this. He can replace Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard is a slot receiver. He's not much of a go-to guy. So I do think that he could be the new slot or switch Slayton over to slot and then have him as the second wide receiver. So I do think that that'll be good.
I picked an edge because the Giants have had so long just depending on one edge.
That is true.
Leonard Williams just signed a massive contract for no talent whatsoever.
Wow.
The New York Giants are getting Jalen Phillips to fill the other side, so that they can actually edge rush and actually be afraid, have their team be afraid of. So yeah.
Have their team afraid of? What do you mean?
Not the other teams that they're going up against.
Yeah, there you go. 12th for the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a lot that Eagles need. There's a lot. You could go defense.
One thing that they need.
They could go offense. But the one thing I have not seen is a good cornerback for the Eagles. They definitely do need a defensive tackle. No, wait, no. Well, yes, they do. Because Cox is still there, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not quite sure.
Don't tell me you went cornerback. Don't tell me.
Cornerback. I want cornerback. I want cornerback for the 12th.
They have Darius Slay.
Yeah, and they need another one.
That's not the most position that they need.
I think they need it because Darius Slay kind of choked a little bit during the games, so that's why I think that he needs a competition.
There's another position that choked.
Patrick Surtain. I'll put you at number 12, buddy. So there you go.
So low.
Hey, we'll see you in the draft. He'll probably go second,
he's
but it's
definitely
okay. No, wait, no,
second.
third.
What?
No, he'll probably go third or fourth because the two quarterbacks are going to go first and second, obviously.
No, Patrick Surtain's going first.
Patrick Surtain isn't going first because he needs
He's the first cornerback.
Yeah, I know, but he's not going first and second pick because
No.
yeah, that's what I said. The first and the second. You guys are going for a quarterback. Jaguars are going for a quarterback. That's not going to be the first and second. It's going to be the third or fourth. Los Angeles Chargers, go for it.
Did I even say my Eagles pick? I didn't even say my Eagles pick.
I thought you said linebacker.
No, I didn't.
Oh, then go for it.
I put Devonta Smith here, wide receiver. The Eagles have been absolutely struggling in wide receivers. They drafted wide receiver last time, Jalen Rieger. No, he absolutely is not. I mean, he is a rookie, but putting two rookies on your wide receivers and not having a veteran there is very dangerous.
Well, that's what freaking.
But I think that they're gonna do it. Devonta Smith to the Eagles.
All right, Los Angeles Chargers acquiring, I think it was Phillip Rivers, or no, wait, no, it wasn't Phillip Rivers. It was Stafford. I'm pretty sure. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
Stafford.
that's the Rams.
Oh, the Rams got him. Oh yeah, for Jared Goff. Who got the Chargers then? Did freaking
the Chargers have Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert. Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, it was the two Lions and whatnot. That's the teams that I was thinking of. Yeah, so they don't need a they have a quarterback. He actually is really good. I watched the game in a Buffalo Wild Wings, and he actually performed really nice under pressure. But the one thing that I have seen was he got sacked a lot, or he got pressure under him. And I think that Christian Darrisaw from Virginia Tech will protect him in that way. And I do think that bringing that guy on will protect him a lot more.
I also have Christian Darrisaw on there. I think that he's definitely a good pass protector, which gives Justin Herbert more of an opportunity to throw the ball. I mean, the Chargers would have finished like higher if they had a decent offense, like a decent line, but they didn't. So there's that.
So for the Minnesota Vikings, is it Elijah Vera Tucker or something like that? I'm pretty sure that was his name. I picked him at number 14 for the Minnesota Vikings, just so he can protect them a lot more.
Elijah Vera Tucker I put at 14.
Oh, there we go.
Because he is one of those players. Again, he could play a lot of positions, but he is also one of the game changers. Even though he's only a lineman, he can definitely change the game for the Vikings and maybe have them in the playoffs this year.
Oh wow. All right. So big question in New England. What are they going to do? Is Cam Newton still going to be the quarterback? What's going to happen? I think that they should do a quarterback off with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a good quarterback. I thought they were going to go to the New York Jets, but the New York Jets be hating on him a lot and not wanting him anymore and going towards Zach Wilson now. So I do think that New England needs another quarterback. Cam Newton, he's a good guy with the football and whatnot, but he needs to be tested with a threat to his position, and maybe he can step up and be the next Tom Brady. But I highly doubt it because Tom Brady was a very skillful player in the amount that he got drafted in.
I do have a quarterback here. So Cam Newton is getting older, I do think that he can mentor this person to become someone who is up there. He only played like a little. He only played, I think like it was like 14 games season or something like that. He played not as much as people wanted him to play. Um, Justin Fields would be good here because of the chemistry between him and Cam Newton, but I put Trey Lance here at 15. I think that Trey Lance is an absolute steal at 15. Um, if they don't trade up to number 4 for um, Trey Lance because they think that it's going to go earlier than that, maybe. You know, you never know what's going to happen with the Patriots because you just never know these days.
Yeah, you never know with those Patriots. All right, so Arizona Cardinals
They
now.
could need a wide receiver, but
Oh yeah, that is true because their wide receiver, their star wide receiver, kind of didn't want to play because, well, he didn't want to work
well
because
they resigned wide receivers. I mean
yeah,
they signed wide
yeah, they
receivers.
signed wide receivers instead of drafting them. So maybe in second round they might go there, but I think Lyman is probably their most because Lyman have been there for a while. Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals. They have a good wide receiver core, definitely with DeAndre Hopkins. They have a good quarterback. They have a good. I don't think they. Oh, I don't know about the running backs. But the defense is what I'm going to be working on today. So, when I go through my mind, I'm like, I don't know about Cardinals and cornerbacks. So I'm going to pick a cornerback because they need someone there. Greg Newsome, from Northwestern. Picking him for a couple of reasons. One being that he's a fast guy. That's the most you need in a cornerback because as soon as you turn away from the person and look at the ball, you're losing him. So he can pick up some ground with that. So I do think that he is a good pick at number 16 for Arizona Cardinals.
I do have a cornerback here. Um, is your second ranked cornerback, J.C. Horn. I think the Cardinals do have a very scary defense now, um, with some insane edge rushers. But I think that they need help in the defensive back situation. They do have I can't think of his name right now, but they do have someone. Um, but they need some actually decent defensive backs. They could go lineman, but I think they're probably going to go lineman second round to protect Kyler Murray because he is mobile, which is good, but I think that they're probably going to go defense here and go J.C. Horn.
So for Las Vegas Raiders, So Las Vegas Raiders, I don't know about rebuild, but they are kind of in that little range there, almost going to the playoffs by a hair, but falling short. Um, so I have a linebacker from Penn State, Micah Parson, going for them. So hopefully that linebacker will add uh, something to the roster.
It's kind of a far drop there. Las Vegas Raiders, I have some things going on here. So the Las Vegas Raiders let go a lot of people this year, this off season, which I think is a sign that they want to rebuild, even though that they're getting close. Every year they're trying their hardest here. Derek Carr's dying in
Yeah,
Las Vegas because he has
he doesn't
nothing
have
to
enough
go
high
off.
shadow.
He has nothing to go off of. So that's why I'm gonna put Alex Leatherwood here. I think that they need some players they need some protection for Derek Carr so he has time to throw it to the wide receivers they have that I have no clue who they are.
No. I would have picked the quarterback, wide receiver, technically.
But I do think that they could probably address their wide receiver core
The second round.
next round.
I thought you were gonna say next year, and I was like, no, this needs to be now. So Miami Dolphins again, which that's pretty good that they have it their pick so close. So they need a linebacker to go with I forget who I picked. Who did I pick for them? They need a linebacker because I already went wide receiver for them. So Jamin Davis from Kentucky is going for number 18 for the Miami Dolphins.
So for the Dolphins, so their second pick, they have a pretty good defense. I do think that they lost Kyle Van Noy, so they're going to need some kind of edge rusher, which is why I'm going to give him Quiddy Pay out of Michigan here. I just think that the Miami Dolphins need some scary edge threats, some scary defensive linemen. They need something that can really jazz up that defensive side to sack the quarterback. And Quiddy Pay is just the guy to do that. I think that they could really, hone in on that. And maybe off season go grab a off season next year go and grab an elite defensive tackle.
So for the Washington football team, they're actually moving it up there, going to the playoffs, then losing in the playoffs, but they got there. So yeah, they have a good wide receiver core, I believe, and offense too. That's why it was so hard for different teams to get into there. But they do have some faulty with their lines. I'm not going to pick a lineman for them because I think that they can improve on that because they've had some rookies come out there and do it during the game, try and do something. So with a little more training, I do think that they have the right guys. So I don't think that they need a lineman in this draft. So, well, I'm not saying for the first round. I'm saying for the first round, not for different rounds. Linebacker, Javin Collins or Xavier Collins, sorry. At linebacker, I'm picking for the Washington football team.
Okay, I have a linebacker as well here at 19 for the Washington football team. The Washington football team has great offense. Their defense is also pretty stacked. But one thing you never really hear them talking about is the linebacker core, and that's why I think that they're going to go with Jamin Davis.
Jamin.
He's a little unknown, I guess, but he's been moving up the.
I saw him
draft.
move up, so that's why I said Miami. So
He's moving up the draft stock, which made me think to put him here at 19 from Kentucky.
So Chicago Bears.
Oh boy.
Trubisky.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about it too. That's why I regret this pick. But I guess you can go another year with Trubisky. But
Trubisky isn't there.
I mean, no. You can go another year without a quarterback. I should have picked the quarterback. I do regret it now, so I'm sorry, Chicago Bear fans. But I'm going with an offensive lineman. I'm sorry again. I didn't realize about the quarterback scenario. But I'm going with the linebacker, a offensive lineman, Alex Leatherwood from Alabama. But also, switch those with the first and second. Go with a quarterback.
So here at 20, I have it's an interesting situation. I have
Don't say linebacker.
Justin Fields here at 20.
Okay, that's fine.
I do think that he is not a scheme fit there. but I feel like he's going to work because with the Chicago Bears at 20 to get a
He's not a
quarterback
Trubisky.
as high as a caliber as Justin Fields is a steal, which is why I'm going to think they're going to probably grab a quarterback there with Justin Fields and build their playbook around
Yeah, I
them
was about to say that. I was about to say, like, they can just scrap their playbook. It sucks.
instead of
And just go
just
with
having
Justin
him
Fields and work
adapt
around
to it.
him. Yeah, exactly. Because he's not going to adapt to it. He's not that kind of player. He doesn't have that scheme fit. So why would he adapt to something that doesn't work for him? That's why I'm saying that yes, that is a good pick because then they can turn it to to his instead of theirs. So I do think that's a good pick. Yet again, I'm very sorry about my pick for that one.
Okay, Colts.
All right, Indianapolis Colts. So I have Christian Barmore for a D lineman, my first one from Alabama, because I should have swapped Alex with them and then just did a quarterback for the Chicago Bears, but I didn't. So I think that this defensive lineman will, be a great fit there. And try and get the ball back for the Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers retired.
Oh yeah, crap, I forgot about that. So I should have done a quarterback.
No, they traded for a quarterback.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying quarterback because of what they got.
I think that Carson Wentz can really perform.
Nope. I am a
He's done
firm
it.
believer of him not doing good.
He's done it before.
Well, the only time that his team won a Super Bowl was without him. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but he was in his prime. He was throwing great passes and stuff like that. So at 21 at the Colts, I have Greg Newsome. I really think that Greg Newsome, again, defense. The Colts are pretty good at on their defensive side. They do have some flaws, but I think that they're probably going to go cornerback here. They have Xavier Howard. Is he on the Colts? I don't remember. They have one cornerback that I'm trying to think of. No, never mind. They have bad cornerbacks. So that's why I'm going to say, bring in Greg Newsome um, to help improve that cornerback core.
Okay. I didn't know if that was the end of it or not. Um
Towards the end, I have a lot of cornerbacks.
really?
Yeah.
So Tennessee Titans. Um I think that Brown was an okay wide receiver for them, but I don't think that he's gonna be the core.
Brown.
Isn't there someone the last name Brown on their team? Or was that no?
Is AJ Brown? Is that his
Yeah.
name?
I'm pretty sure that AJ Brown his last name is Brown.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so AJ Brown, he did all right. He wasn't the best in the world. Yes, he was good, but was he the best? No. My Alexa is resetting, so I'm very sorry if you hear anything. Elijah Moore, sorry. From Old Miss, I'm gonna pick for them.
Interesting.
Yes.
I have your guy, your number one, Caleb Farley at
Number
uh
one.
uh Virginia Tech
My number
cornerbacks.
one, it was the eighth pick.
Your number one cornerback.
There you go. Yeah, my
I
dude.
have Caleb Farley going 22nd. Uh, just because Caleb Farley is a good pick, but I don't see him uh being enticed by teams that could grab Newsome, that could grab J.C. Horn, stuff like that. Caleb Farley can still perform. Cornerbacks are a dime a dozen these days. Cornerbacks are really hard to find. Um, but
Sound of him looking up something.
I do think that the Tennessee Titans can grab some cornerbacks out of this draft. Some really good cornerbacks. They did lose Logan Ryan this year or last year.
To me,
And
he's amazing. By the way, I just want to say, Titans fans, he's pretty awesome. Same with James Bradbury. Panthers really great. They're expensive dudes, but they're really great when you give them the right money. So the New York Jets at 23. I do think that they are going to trade up. I have no doubt in my mind that they might even trade to like the 14th or the 13th or something like that. So their draft picks are kind of close. But they're gonna have to trade a lot, and also they're trying. The Giants would be a kind of a good one. We don't really need the pick too much, so maybe we could swap picks with a good pick and return as well, or something like that, or a player depending on if we need someone. But I do for Zach Wilson coming in, he's gonna need some linemen, and the Jets don't have the best lineman in the world, so that's why I do think that it would be harsh if I didn't pick a lineman for them. So, Tivin Jenkins, sorry, from Oklahoma State. I'm going with the New York Jets.
I have to finish off their defensive line. I have Aziz. Now
Defense.
I don't see them.
Think of the offense.
I don't see them staying at this pick, to be honest.
Exactly.
I do see them trading up to grab someone like Elijah Vera Tucker, because he's such a game changer, in interior offensive lineman.
Yeah, go with that.
At this pick, if we were talking about 23, I do see them either picking an edge or a cornerback.
Wow.
I don't really see them going with an offensive tackle or offensive interior lineman at 23, because there are so many other offensive linemen that you can grab in the second round, at this caliber at the 23rd overall pick.
All right then, that's kind of interesting for the years. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers undefeated except the one time. Went to the playoffs, failed. I love making fun of them, but hey, let's get together, Steelers fans. It's okay. All right. So ever since, he's on the Chiefs now, right? What's the old guy called? The guy that you signed and said no to, the running back.
What?
The running back that you guys, Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell was good when he was at the Steelers for a little bit, and he peaked, and then he fell when he went to the Jets, and then he fell when he went to the Chiefs. His season, I think, is done, but Najee Harris from Alabama, a lot of Alabama's running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I do think is a great pick for them because they have a decent line, decent defense. Might as well go for a running back.
The Steelers are an interesting pick. I could see them going running back with Najee Harris.
Yep.
Another team I also saw going with a running back in the first round was Buffalo Bills, but then I realized that they have Devin Singletary,
Yeah.
and I was gonna let that happen. Um,
He's
I do
Singletary.
see I do see them going. I could see them going running back. I could see him going offensive tackle or interior O lineman.
All right.
Um, but I'm gonna say defense this time only because I think that they can really keep on going with their offense and just add one more piece to their defense with Eric Stokes from Georgia. I think that their cornerbacks are kind of okay, but you can never have good cornerbacks unless they're like revolutionarily changing. In my opinion, that's what. So I'm gonna say go cornerback here, Eric Stokes. My first round draft is very cornerback heavy.
Yeah, I could see that. Jacksonville Jaguars, they need a lot. I'm going with the defensive lineman on this one. I was thinking offensive lineman for the newly acquired Trevor Lawrence, but I went with Levi on Zurich. I am sorry if I butchered your name there. From Washington, I do think that he's a great defensive lineman and would do great for their defense.
Okay. I have a offensive tackle because there's no way that they're not going to offensive tackle with their second first rounder. They need to protect him. They need to protect Trevor Lawrence in the pocket as much as possible to prevent the Joe Burrow thing from happening. And you never know. Maybe Joe Burrow's a bust now because he had surgery on his
We'll
knee.
see. We will
You
see.
never know because um, a lot of things didn't happen. That would be very devastating if it did happen, which is why I have Tevin Jenkins coming in at 25 here to the Jacksonville Jaguars from Oklahoma State. I think that they need a complete rebuild and starting out with a quarterback, and an offensive lineman is pretty good for a first round draft.
I have for Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns, I don't have a lineman for. Because I do think that Baker Mayfield's well protected now. And they need an edge rusher for the other side of the line. Jalen Phillips for edge of Miami. I'm thinking of putting them there. But now that I'm thinking of it, should have
They have
went.
Jadavian Clowney.
Yeah, because I forgot about that trade.
It was a signing.
Maybe some interior defensive lineman maybe go there. I do not know who to pick for that, but yeah, but Jadavian
For
Clowney's gonna go
for the
insane
Cleveland
or
Browns,
not.
I have Christian Barmore at interior D lineman, Alabama.
Yeah, that's
Um,
probably what I should have done.
you know, the Browns are kind of like a dream team now.
They
You
can
know,
get there. They have all the talent in the world.
they've got a new head coach. They've got a new GM, I think.
No, I think it's the
Um,
same.
no way. No way. It's the same person. But they have new staff. They have new quarterback from a couple years ago. They have a
Yeah, I was
new,
about to say it's not new.
they got Miles Garrett recently.
They got Odell Beckham.
They they signed Odell Beckham. They signed uh what's his name? They
Landry.
signed Landry. They signed Wirfs. I think Wirfs.
Oh yeah, Njoku's still there, right?
I don't know about that. I think that no, I'm not
No,
sure.
no.
But
Yeah, I think he got traded.
The Cleveland Browns line used to be a awful
Yeah.
uh,
Bless you.
excuse. it used to be an awful excuse, but now it's one of the most sought after lines in the league, which is why I'm not going offensive lineman, I'm not going quarterback, I'm not going running back, I'm not going wide receiver. Um, I really do think that their most weak point here is either defensive backs or interior line D linemen. So they just released their defensive linemen, so that's why I'm saying that they're going to go for Christian Barmore.
Yeah, if the Browns don't go to the playoffs, then they just don't have the stuff. Baltimore Ravens. So Baltimore, not much I can do for the offense. Offense is pretty stacked. Not doing anything with the offense. Defensive line.
With the offense.
You're doing something with the like the most I can see you do is lineman. There's no way you're putting like some running back, wide receivers. I swear to God. I'm going with a safety for this one. For the Ravens, Jevon Holland from Oregon. I'm going with that guy.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Definitely Trevin Moehrig is the best safety.
That's who you're going with?
No.
Oh.
The Ravens, I picked so they lost Matt Judon. They need at least one edge rusher. I'm gonna say that they go with Jason Owe, edge Penn State here. I think that the Ravens are in an interesting position that they can either fall or go to the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, because they have a second, pick in the first round, so they can always go back down.
Yeah, but I'm saying like they have an interesting position right now because they could either go back down and start rebuilding again, or they can keep on going and try to make it to a Super Bowl. But the amount of choking that Lamar Jackson does in the playoffs is outstanding.
Yeah, that's gonna kill him in the end. But if they play their card right, they can get to the playoffs and potentially win a Super Bowl because they have the talent. Just gotta fly.
And Lamar Jackson could end up being a bust.
Nah, there's no way Lamar Jackson's a bust.
If he can't throw.
If he can't throw, yeah, because what's a quarterback without throwing? But I don't think he's gonna be a bust. Yeah. But yeah, for my second, for them, I have a different pick. For New Orleans Saints at 28, what is yours?
I have a quarterback. No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say what?
A wide receiver here. Their top wide, Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas is so overrated.
Is super overrated. He hasn't done much.
No. Stubs his toe every game.
I forget who's the second wide receiver, but it's someone.
Yeah, it's someone.
But it's not it can't be anything of this caliber. I think Elijah Moore is gonna go to the Saints out of Ole
Miss. Johnson, Deontay Harris.
What?
I'm reading their wide receivers.
Oh, no. Yeah. Elijah Moore is definitely gonna go in there. A lot of these players I do see either dropping or because you never know what's gonna actually happen. Something might happen the day before draft day, and they might drop from the first mid round to the second last round, like second like last of that round.
Like Tampa Bay come up and get a good pick or something. I don't know. No, never mind. They shouldn't go quarterback.
So what did you do?
I did a linebacker, Baron Browning, from Ohio State. His film was pretty nice, so that's why I picked him for that one. Yeah, I could have went with a wide receiver because none of those wide receivers except Harris, I'm pretty sure I know about, except Thomas, obviously. but I think that linebacker is the way to go. So Green Bay, what can we say about Green Bay?
We could say that they need a. I mean, their wide receivers are pretty good.
They're all right. Adams is overrated. Another wide receiver. Yeah, I'm calling it.
Your mind's screwed up.
No. He's like a Thomas for me. If he shows me that he's really great, then yeah, I could see that. But for right now, I don't. I just think he's a Thomas at this point.
Davante Adams is definitely
He's
one of the
better. He's
top
better than
wide
Thomas.
receivers in this league. Um, I do see them going wide receiver here to appease the fans from last year. They went Alan Lazard this a couple. I think they went Alan Lazard this year. I don't know when though, but they did, and he turned out to be a pretty decent player. But I think that they're gonna test the wide receiver core because they don't really need much. I think that they're
No,
going to test the wide receiver core with
just see who starts.
Rashad Bateman here.
Hey,
Minnesota.
same. There we go. Rashad Bateman for me too. I think he's a really good wide receiver, and just testing out the waters with the different people. Maybe we're not going to play Davante Adams as much. Maybe we're going to let him rest and then let him excel in speed more because he doesn't have to be top wide receiver anymore. He could, rotate with different wide receivers. Having rotation is very awesome and very well needed when you're being a wide receiver, running constantly, running routes. So I do think that that is a great pick for them, just to rotate some wide receivers in and give some of the number one wide receivers a break.
Yeah. Buffalo Bills, I have an interesting pick coming here.
I have a very interesting pick too.
You never really hear much about their defensive line,
Exactly.
edges. So I'm
Exactly.
gonna say Joe Tryon here.
Oh,
Joe Tryon. I don't know. I didn't really see much about him, but I've heard high talks, so that's why I put him.
I've heard high talks.
He's the 30th overall pick.
As soon as you get lower, it just you could go either way.
Again, the Buffalo Bills don't need much.
No, it's just they're like their wide receiver.
It's kind of like the Browns.
Yes, but
their
better.
Defensive line could be better. Their offensive line, their defensive line this year. Talking about the Browns is insane, but the defensive line this year, the Buffalo Bills, is not as that caliber.
Okay. Quincy Pay, or Payee, I don't really know. But Edge in Michigan, I'm pretty sure that that is a great pick for Buffalo Bills. Yet again, from what Kyle said about, different, you could go with the Browns. They have an amazing defense when Buffalo's have an above average, defense. So I think that this guy will, you can do more edge rushing things with that guy. So 31, the Ravens' other pick.
I think the Ravens didn't need this pick. First of all,
No, I don't know why they have it.
They traded out their tackle, their offensive tackle, for this pick for some reason.
No clue why.
And I think that they're just going to get another offensive tackle with this pick. So I think that they're going to go Liam Eichenberg here.
Liam Eichenberg.
Because he's a pretty good pass protector, but I just think that they need to fill the gap that they made with Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why I just used that as the pick there.
I was gonna do that, and then I said, you know what? They could sign someone, I guess, in free agency, at the end, or in second round get one. But I just thought that Kadarius Toney, my wide receiver from Florida, just I guess adding some weapons to Lamar Jackson, maybe that's something that he needed when the playoffs, and he didn't have it. But But yeah, just adding to the wide receiver core and building it up to have a wide receiver one. Like, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have a wide receiver one. Having this guy, you could have a wide receiver one, or potentially in a year or two have a wide receiver one after he learns the scheme, after he learns the playbook. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super
Finishing it
Bowl.
off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, you could say that the Super Bowl winners don't need any people because they're the Super
Exactly.
Bowl winners. I think that they could definitely improve their wide receivers. Um,
Really?
they do have a good wide receiver duo,
Yeah.
but their scheme requires a third. So I'm gonna say Kadarius Toney here.
Huh.
Um, just an area that I thought that they needed help in, um, which that's probably the best area. Their offensive line is good. Their defensive line could need work, but I think that everything else is pretty stacked. Their linebackers is pretty stacked. Everything is pretty
Stacked.
great on that team.
So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they don't need much. I would not go with a wide receiver core because they have a great one. And I guess you can add to it if you want. This pick's kind of like just a fart in the wind. But yet again, it's in the first round. You can get a good player. So I just went with Nick Bolton from linebacker from Missouri. Just closing it off with a linebacker, closing it off entirely for the first round. So I do think that he is a great pick for them and could potentially have some,
Your first round was very linebacker heavy.
yeah, it was.
That was too much.
It was too much.
Too
You
much
had
linebackers.
cornerback heavy.
Yeah, but there was a lot of good cornerbacks.
There's a lot of good linebackers too.
No,
No.
not really.
All right. Well, that does it for this podcast today. Hopefully the recording went well. If not, then we are not doing this till after the draft as a review or a review of what happened if our picks were similar. Probably not mine, but we'll see what happens. I'll write this down, see if mine got close or anything like that. Hopefully all your teams do great, even though the Chiefs aren't even in the first round. Good luck to all of you. And this has been the Daily Dish. All right. Almost fell. All right. See you guys later.